Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a self-massage for Thoracic Outlet Syndrome. The brachial plexus is a bundle of nerves that runs from the shoulder down through the hand. And whenever any of these nerves gets impinged, you can have pain, tingling, numbness, or weakness anywhere along that path. Common impingement sites are at the nerve roots as they leave the neck, as they leave the cervical spine right here, in the front of the neck, in between the scalene muscles, under the pectoralis minor, or even between the clavicle and the first rib. So today with self-massage, we're going to try to open up some of these impingement sites and see if we can't alleviate the pressure on the nerves. So we're going to start by sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And we'll start with the neck. So take a soft fist and start right up at the top, right under the ear. And you're going to go in with the knuckles gently. And your pressure is going to be downward towards the floor. This is myofascial release. It's going to be gentle and slow. You're letting the tissue move your hand down. You're not pushing or forcing it. Just let it glide down. If you feel like you're on pointy bones, those are the transverse processes, just move your hand a little back behind that. And then you'll get more of the soft tissue and it won't hurt. Nothing should hurt here. Everything should feel good. So just working your way down, and you can add some active movement if you want. You can bring the opposite ear towards the opposite shoulder. And back up, and what you're doing is stretching the fascia as you work your way down. Stretch, keep breathing. Very, very important to keep breathing during this. Nice, deep, slow breaths. Slowly working your way down. Stretching out the fascia. Great. You're going to go all the way to the base of the neck. Feels good. We're going to get upper trapezius now. So you're going to grasp in between your forefingers and your thumb. Grab that big chunk of soft tissue right at the top of your shoulder and squeeze it up only as much as is comfortable. You don't want to go so hard that it hurts. You want it to feel good. And just hold. Just hold and let that tissue melt. Deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Soon you'll feel it start to soften. If you want to, you can add some of that active movement again to give it a stretch. Or you can just stay and hold and allow it to soften in between your fingers. Another thing you could do if you want is lift the shoulder up and slowly bring it down. Lift the shoulder up and slowly down. Letting it relax and just hang at your side. By now you might feel like you're starting to slip off. That's great. The tissue is softening, loosening under your fingers. Deep breath. Great. Let's get SCM, which stands for sternocleidomastoid. It's this great big muscle here at the front of the neck that you can see pop out. If you bring your head, rotating it to the opposite side, and bring your ear towards your shoulder, you can get a good grip on it, just like this. So you're bringing the ear towards the shoulder and rotating to the opposite side. Get a nice grip at the top of that muscle as much as you can. Then bring your head back up to center, and we're just going to do a myofascial release coming down. You can also give it a little massage in between the fingers if that feels good. So I'm just doing like little circles here in between. It might be pretty tender, take it easy. Sometimes when it's tender, it feels really good with massage. So I'm making little circles, trying to move the muscle, free it up a little bit, really gentle. And breathe. And now I'm just doing a myofascial release coming down towards the bottom of the muscle where it attaches to the clavicle and the sternum. And if you lose your grip on the muscle, no problem, just come back and grab it again. Nice and slow. I'm doing some little circles again. You can if you want to, if it feels good. Wonderful. Let's do it one more time and add some active movement. So go ahead and grasp the top, and we're going to rotate and rotate. So you're just sort of making a slow motion no with your head. And you'll feel the muscles slacken and stretch as you move down. And stretch. Wonderful. We're going to go on to the pecs. So right at the side of your sternum, your breastbone, the hard part that you feel right here, you're going to come right off of it into the soft tissue. You might feel your ribs there. And you're just going to gather up the tissue and begin moving out towards the shoulder. Again, nice slow myofascial release. Nothing should hurt. It should all feel good. If it's too much, back off on your pressure. Just let your arm dangle at your side while you do this. And breathe. Opening up the chest should feel really good. We spend so much time rounded forward over our computers. Everything we do is over in front of us, looking down at our phones, our handheld devices. It's so good to open up those pecs. Bring them back. Good, let's do one more. Again, gather up the tissue right at the side of the bone and work your way out. Breathing helps here. All the way out to the shoulder. Then we're going to attempt to get pectoralis minor. That is deep to pec major, so it's underneath pec major. If you go under your armpit, now I'm not sticking my hands in my armpit, but I'm just taking the four fingers and going right underneath this muscle here, right underneath the pec major, and you'll get a little bit of pec minor, or at least the fascia that leads to pec minor, and I'm going to grip it. So with my four fingers right here and my thumb, just take that chunk of tissue right there and just grip and squeeze as much as is comfortable. It might be very sensitive, so back off if you need to. And while we squeeze, we're just going to do a nice slow arm circle. Out and around, and it'll stretch. If it's too much stretch, back off. Up, bring the arm out like this. externally rotated, and around. You should feel the muscles start to soften. For more stretch, bring the arm farther back. Up. Here you get a good stretch at this upwards diagonal. And down. And let's do one more. And down. Great, just give the shoulder a little roll. And now you're going to, if you can, grasp underneath your chair with your hand and stretch your head to the opposite side. So I'm grasping under the chair in order to keep my shoulder down. I don't want it coming up with me while I stretch my neck. I want to hold it down. So I'm grasping, bringing my opposite ear to my opposite shoulder. And if you want, you can give a little extra stretch, just a little, really easy. If you're having any tingling or nerve sensations or pain, back off or just don't do this stretch. If you don't have a chair where you could grasp the bottom, you could also just hold your shoulder down with your hand and then stretch the opposite way. And just take some nice deep breaths in. Long exhales out. And again, in. And out. Great. Gently, slowly bring your arms down, bring your head back up to center, roll the shoulders. Take one more nice breath. And let it go. Feeling nice and tall, feeling open in the chest. And hopefully that has helped your symptoms. Let me know in the comments below how you found this, if you found it helpful at all. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got lots of good videos like this. And if you liked it, give me the thumbs up. I will see you next time.